One of the things that we are watching right now is whether or not Mark Kelly is going to be the guy on the ticket with Kamala Harris, and it is potentially consequential to the election if one of the candidates from a swing state can bring that state along with them. And I think the two frontrunners right now are coming from the two biggest swing states available for the Democrats: Josh Shapiro, governor of Pennsylvania; Mark Kelly, senator from Arizona. Andy Field was talking about some of these battleground states.
When you think about what those two might bring,
that is not Andy Field,
to a Democratic ticket, it's undeniable that they are from states that Democrats need to win if they want to keep the presidency. Think about Pennsylvania. Margins are so tight there, and it's such a battleground state, in a state where Shapiro has been incredibly popular first-term governor. Mark Kelly, Arizona, also a battleground state. Democrats trying to keep momentum there.
Yeah, and what we're hearing is, behind the scenes, Mark Kelly is a pretty good fundraiser. To Joe's point, he doesn't go out and brag about how much money he brings in. So, Joe, if he is chosen, and I would say he's the steady hand, what are the reasons to pick Mark Kelly? As you point out, reason maybe not to pick him is that he doesn't have sort of that showmanship.
Not captivating.
Okay, I get that. Maybe the reason to pick him, counterpoint, would be he's not somebody who's all about the spotlight.
He's dependable.
He's dependable, right. He's reliable, right? And a stark contrast to the MAGA ticket for the Republicans, who are, I mean, they're big, they're bold, but they're showmen, right? Yeah. So maybe this is kind of the counter to that. And this is what the Democratic Party is trying to weigh right now. So what happens if Mark Kelly is chosen then? That means that we would have an open seat in Arizona. Fun fact, if Mark Kelly is chosen and he doesn't and let's say that the Democratic Party wins the nomination, wins the election in November, he would probably not step down as senator, just like J.D. Vance is not stepping down as senator until he finds out if he wins. And then once they win election, then would resign their Senate seat. If that's the case, we wouldn't see another election. We would see another election for senator, but it would be in 2026. The governor would appoint somebody to cover for the next couple of years, and then we would have somebody in 2026. I think that means that we would have a senatorial election every 2 years in Arizona going back to 2016, which is odd.
You don't see that very often.
No, you don't.
Not about it.
Normally, you go election off. 4 years without another Senate.
Is there somebody out there who you would want to see Katie Hobbs pick if Mark Kelly bolted?
I got no
obvious.
I got no dog in the fight. As far as who I think, Greg Stanton, I think, has been climbing the ladder for a long time. I think he's probably somebody that the Democrats look at as a rising star.
I just saw this name out there too. With Senator Sinema leaving, does it make some sense? Tucson Mayor Regina Romero. That could be interesting if you want to.
I just don't know anything about
have some diversity.
Yeah. I mean, we're such a Phoenix-focused station. I know we cover state politics, but really, I don't worry so much about what's going on in Tucson. I think the people that listen to our station care about what happens in the Valley.
But I would tell you, nicely done.
Thank you.
I don't think Kate Gallego makes a lot of sense to have both Ruben Gallego potentially there, and he's favored right now, and Kate Gallego there.
What if Ruben Gallego loses? Does Katie Hobbs go, well, he lost, but it was close. I'll give it to him.
Could see something like that.
Okay. All right. A few other names that are on that list that are not quite as well-known statewide. I know Anna Tovar, who's one of the corporation commissioners, is on that list as well. But I don't think anybody really pays close attention to that race. Not nearly as close as we should be, considering how much influence they have over our APS bills.
Thanks for watching The Chris and Joe Show. Click to see more from Chris and Joe, and tap the button in the middle to subscribe to KTAR News.